Well, hello there, fellow patrons of the Nerdy Brew. I've recently just left the cinema in the latest endeavor of the one known as Vincent Sinclair, who also is known as Vin Diesel, playing the character of Dominic Toretto. And now I sit with the emotions that I ponder that allow me to feel in a paradox of the thoughts of, do I love this franchise on attachment and familiarity? Or do I judge this movie based on its own merits and what as it has presented? For I feel so conflicted, it makes me think to give a good review or to not give a good review. That is the question. And through my heart and mind that I ponder these things, it makes me wonder. They said that John Cena was in the movie, but yet I did not see him. Welcome everybody, I'm RJ of the Nerdy Brew, and here on this channel we talk TV, movies, and everything in between, all while drinking a cup of coffee. Now if you like one of those things or all of those things, why don't you consider subscribing and hit that notification bell and becoming a fellow Brewster. So today, fellow Brewsters, we are doing a coffee talk of Fast 9, of the Fast 9 saga. So with this being a coffee talk, this is less informal. This is me just talking about general thoughts, not necessarily plot points and stars and actors. It was actually just a very big cast, and I just don't want to break all that down, and I don't have the time to. But we're trying to work within the algorithm. The movie came out, and we're just going to talk about Fast 9 together. So I'm so happy that you're here, and I would love to know your thoughts down in the comments below about Fast 9 or this review, and we can get it popping in the Brewster Cafe. So with that being said, with this coffee talk of Fast 9, I just came out the theater, and as I said in the intro, the movie has me very conflicted because I'm trying to love it in the sense of I've always loved this franchise. Even when there were things that were less than or something to look at or papa to, I was like, yo, I'm still all in. I love it. But then this movie was like, yo, everything that you love, we're gonna give you more of that. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like too much of a good thing. Then it just turns, like, for example, right? You have your favorite food of French fries, and then not just a little bit of ketchup to accentuate or have some sauce on it. They drowned it. And it's nothing but bloody murder of ketchup and fries all over the film. And that's what they ended up doing with this movie. And how the movie goes about it, so we find out of John Cena, who is Vin Diesel's brother, of Dominic Toretto's brother, of Jacob Toretto. And he is a brother of some sort, could be a half brother. They share a father. And the thing is, and they go back through the DNA, and they said that he got a Nordic trace to him, so they put that jab in there. I don't know why. But, they showed a flashback and the backstory of how he's involved with Vin Diesel and their family. And it was just a lot of backstory that they build up. Oh, and they have flashbacks, and Easy Reyes from Mayans MC, if you're not watching, please watch, is the flashback of their dad, Jake. And so then also, the guy who plays young Vin Diesel definitely reminded me of Benicio del Toro, like a young Benicio del Toro. And he was just doing his best to be a young Dom Toretto when, you know, Vin Diesel was already young and we already know him at that time. And Finn Cole, who was in Animal Kingdom on TNT. If you're not watching that, you should watch that. And also he is in Peaky Blinders, another show that I recommend. And he played the young John Cena. And, you know, there was things that I loved about this movie where they bring back racing, right? They brought that in there for a flashback. And then there are also some of the things about the dynamic and the relationship being damaged between Vin Diesel and John Cena, of why that they have a beef with each other. Basically, John Cena, his character of Jacob, wanted to be his own man, and they also had family trauma that they never resolved that allowed him to become a super spy. And one thing I did not like about this movie about being super spy or ex machina or deus ex machina of things happening with no reason behind it, they did a lot of retroactive stuff and a lot of retroactive explaining to be like, the reason why we doing this movie is because you need to know this, and we never brought it up once before whatsoever. So here's this little tidbit of information for you. So they just do that throughout the movie. And the one thing I say that I was loving about the movie, like, parts of the movie felt very grounded, and there was more of a chase and investigations that they had intertwined, where it was more like situations of Indiana Jones, where you have a group of bad people that are looking for a MacGuffin or looking for an item, a plot device, and the good people or the good guys are protagonists that we're following, trying to intercept, or even trying to find their own way of going around to try to find it, right? And when the movie was quieter, more intimate, I enjoyed those parts of the movie that they were building on the interpersonal stuff between the characters. And then they were like, nah, you think you like that? Call that. They just came in and it was like, we got a truck going through the town. That's what we doing. Like, they did all that, man. We got magnet planes. We doing that. We jumping cars off ropes into caves. We doing that. It was like, yo, we going to space. Like, yo, it just got very bombastic of a movie. And it was just very much over the top, where the movie just seemed like one of my favorites. I'm not gonna say my favorite. My favorite is actually Fast 8 out of all of them. But Fast 4 was when Vin Diesel came back, since he wasn't in he was a cameo in Tokyo Drift. But when he was in the other one, what was the other one? When he was in the first movie, he wasn't in Too Fast, Too Furious, and he came back for Fast and Furious. That movie was down to earth. It was gritty. The biggest thing that he did that was like outlandish is what he was holding the chain with an engine, right? And then they were just like, nah, you know what? We're gonna put in mad disbelief in all of this, and we're gonna make these regular people superhumans. And it's like none of it is explained, and they were just balls to the wall, you know what I'm saying? Just throwing everything at the wall, throwing the kitchen sink to just make this movie totally, outlandish. Because like in Fast 6, right? Defying Physics is when he jumped off of the car, like he crashed the car, jumped through the bridge, caught Letty when she was coming off of the tank. And that was like one of the things I was like, wait, hold up. Because y'all already did the crazy tank thing through Brazil. So I was like, all right, now you guys want to, do crazy jumps. I was going to cuss, but crazy jumps, right? And then after that, like they were like, yo, we're going to up the ante. And I feel like Hobbs and Shaw hurt that because The Rock was just being extra extreme and over the top of these people just defying physics. And then now they were like, yo, we're going to keep up with how we're going to keep going and upping that. And I felt like that really hurt the movie, because the movie was definitely moving in a pace where that it was just trying to be more grounded. And then they were like, nah, we're gonna switch all that up. And with them switching that up, it took me back. And not only that, and then the crazy thing is they talk about physics in the movie while they're defying physics in the movie. That junk was nuts to me. And then it was just like, suspend your disbelief, and we're going to insult your intelligence, right? That's what it was like. And then not only that, from my enjoyment, they throw in Cardi B, and her acting was so bad, like it really just threw me out the movie. And then now it's heard out in the news that she about to even get more play as the rest of the franchise goes on. And it's like, yo, that was a legit thorn in the side. Like, why would you do that? And then there was this beautiful Asian girl, and they explain Han's return. If I was to explain how he returned, that would be a major spoiler. But it's just retroactive exposition that they give out and that they say. And this movie just was like, it was a lot. So I'm trying to process it to be like, did I love it? I'm gonna say for me personally, because before I give reviews or anything, before I try to see what the consensus is, I give my thoughts first. And my legit thoughts first is this movie was a mixed bag. And I have mixed feelings about it. Because I love the camp. I love that the movies know what they are. I love that the movies don't take themselves seriously, and they want people to enjoy the exaggeration of reality that they present. But what I don't like is that they try to dumb it down in a way where it's no longer enjoyable, but it's more like Jello. And let's say you keep eating Jello all the time. Jello is cool for a snack at this point, but if I'm eating Jello for all 3 meals, then I'm definitely like tired of Jello. Like, it's too much Jello, and it means there's no substance, because you could definitely get sick from all the gelatin and fake sugar that they got in there. So it's like, and I think there's pork in there too, if y'all people who like Jello and don't eat pork, you know what I'm saying? So there's just things you gotta consider when you try to take in all these good things. And I just felt like that's what happened with the movie. I did love that they reunited certain situations with Tokyo Drift. And my situation with Tokyo Drift, that's a whole nother video. But I didn't see it when it came out in the theaters. I saw it when I moved to Texas, and I absolutely loved it. And I've always loved this world of Fast and Furious. When I played Need for Speed Underground, or if I played Midnight Club, I always pretend that I was in the world of Fast and Furious, and I was looking for Dom Toretto, or I was a rival for Dom Toretto when I played any of those games. Especially Need for Speed Underground. But so this franchise, it has been long lasting and definitely pivotal, and has given me an attachment as a fan. But there's always a bad day at the office, and this movie has definitely was a jumping of the shark. And that reference goes to Happy Days, when they had nothing else left for the Fonz to do, and he said that he was gonna jump the shark with some jet skis and water skis, and that was gonna be the biggest thing. And they had a fake shark, and this is what this movie seemed like. There was a lot of things that they tried to do to pull at your heartstrings, but I felt like the visual noise that they put in the movie probably diminished some of that. And then not only that, no, it was nice to see Vin Diesel put his own son in the movie. That was cute. To get more backstory and to get more things based off of Dom and the relationship and dynamic with John Cena. It was very heavy. Oh, and one more thing about John Cena, and I made this pretty long, but the one thing about John Cena was that John Cena was very one-dimensional. His character was multifaceted. His character had a lot going on for himself. But his performance was definitely one note. But they left enough character and enough story where I would like to see a spinoff. I would like to see a miniseries. I would like to see more continuations of Jacob. And also throughout the movie, I felt that there needed to be The Rock, just through the situations they were in. But I hope that, you know, their personal situations can reconcile, so they can continue with this franchise. But I hope that it ends up on a high note, because this one was definitely a low point throughout the franchise. Fast Five, the vault going through Brazil, and then Vin Diesel and The Rock fighting. That fight is probably one of the top 10 Western fights that I believe that is on cinema. And it was just raw. And then they tried to recreate it. Vin Diesel and John Cena fought. The funniest thing is they crashed through a window during the fight. And like all the patrons in the place that they went to were like, oh my goodness. And I just was like, these niggas fighting. That's what I thought when I saw it. That would be my authentic reaction to that. But other than that, the movie was like pretty so-so. And then I also think about collateral damage. They destroyed so many cars in that movie. And I'm thinking like, man, people got insurance notes, and then they got like, ain't finished paying off the car, or, just they gotta go to work in the morning or get the child to daycare, and then you just find out that all these cars are destroyed. And it's not like they are trying to prevent the end of the world, but they're causing so much damage. It's not collateral like a villain is destroying things. They are part of the problem of destroying things. Man, oh man. But I'll give this Nerdy Brew grade of a 6.7. As I said, I got mixed feelings about it, but it's not a strong highlight for me to feel like it blasted everything out the water, because I said Fast 8 is my favorite. There is a post-credit scene right after the credits that leaves a cliffhanger, but it also leaves a resolution if you see that. And with that being said, I would love to know your thoughts down in the comment box below. Like, share, comment, and subscribe if you happen to be here. I would love to know your thoughts. This is a community to talk films and movies and nerdy stuff whenever we get to it. Please subscribe if you happen to see me. Stay subscribed if you happen to see me. More videos are on the way, and I'm going to bring this video to an end, and I want you to be you, do you, see the bigger picture. Have a fantastic day, because you deserve it. This is that channel. Peace.